Okay, so if we look at your setup on the left-hand side, okay, so we talked in the first session about your distance from the golf ball there. You were quite close to it. I mean, you're a tall lad, to be fair, but you're sort of quite close to that golf ball on top of the golf ball there, and you used to get a bit of a slide there with it. So your backswing when you went back here now, quite vertical with that club, a bit kind of, sort of lifty, sliding, almost like you're trying to lift up a heavy object, okay? Like I say, with an 8 or a 7 or a 9 or a shorter, easier club to hit, you could hit the golf as we can see in this case now reasonably well. Hit the screen there nicely, but not much movement through the ball there. Very sort of static with the lower half as you come back. Just more of a slide and a dink. And that will work with those particular clubs as you get to longer clubs, especially the drivers, the bigger headed one. Haven't got enough speed or any power to get the ball up in the air. Okay, so what we're going to try and do, say distance from the ball is going to be a little bit further away. Okay, that was your backswing there. So we clear all those lines of the way. This is your backswing now when you're turning this right hip and this right shoulder. So where the clubs go now, the arms above your head a bit more, you actually got a bigger shoulder turn out, you're creating some speed and power, and then from there now, whereas before there was no real kind of turn through the ball, right foot didn't really move. We finished round there. Now, yes, on this one, you lost a little bit of balance because you're not quite used to going down there before, which is fair enough, okay? But you're making a bigger movement with the swing. So you turn your shoulders, your head staying nice and stable there through impact, okay? So there's no difference. I talked to you, remember, about that sort of swing where the sort of head drops down, which we'll see in a second. Keeping a nice wide circle with the body and the swing of the club. Hitting that ball nice and consistent. You see the strike of the ball there, middle part of the screen. And the ball then obviously flying down the range there. And you lose a bit of balance forward, as we said, because you're just not used to going that way. But as we said, the goal to start, these are your first shots. Your best was like 60-something, 65 yards. And then you got 106. So you gained 40 yards, okay? Mm-hmm. Now, yes, direction, as we said, was a little bit off at occasions. But the moment now is get the ball struck, yes. Get the ball up in the air, yes. Hit it a long way, yes. Once you've got the long way, then we look at direction, yeah? No point worrying about hitting the ball straight when the ball's going 30 yards. Even at sort of 20-30 degrees offline at 30 yards, it's not going that far offline anyway. So get the ball going somewhere, then you can start hitting it a little bit further and then straighter, right? So that was yours then. So in terms of yours then, Catherine, okay, setup wise is better. The arms are getting more into that lowercase y. Could it slightly improve a little bit? I think sometimes you fall back into old habits, but that's commonplace, to be fair, okay? You're getting the nice hinge of the wrist here now, which is good. Now, your red line there around your swing is sort of show to the top of your head. There's the drop we said we talked about. So you're dropping down here now. Now your arms are very tucked up, all very close into your body. As you said, not much of a backswing at all. Leaning back, arms in here. Not much power in that swing. And not going to really give you much of a sort of distance in that swing there at all. So this swing here now, again, same good setup. We're hinging the wrist nicely now. Getting the club to the top of the backswing. Keeping that head a little bit higher. It does drop a little bit, okay? The arms are certainly straighter, but as you come through the ball, your arms are now swinging a bit more over your head. There is a follow through there. Now, in practice, we were getting some swings when you finish the swing here. The arms were probably a little bit more out there. There's still a little bit of a hinge here. But for you, it's about making practice swings where you just sort of try and hit something that's sort of over there with the club. Like it's almost turn to shake the target or shake hands with the target, turn your torso, get your arms out in front, okay? As I said, the head does not get the club to reach the ground. But if everyone, when they first start playing golf, miss the ground, which they would tend to do because arms tend to bend in a little bit, they're not sure where the ground is. They go, right, okay, I've missed the ground, jump, the head comes down, yeah? And if the head's coming down that much, your balance will be going forward, you then start pulling your arms in, then it's you've got two wrongs making a right. If you get enough golf balls doing that, you hit some lovely shots. But from a consistency standpoint, when you're on the golf course, you'll hit one fab shot and then 4 or 5 shots go dunk, dunk, dunk down the fairway 10 yards. Or then you hit the ground behind the ball or whatever it may be. So making sure we maintain that kind of width in terms of nice top torso staying nice and high. Top of the backswing there is into a good position. We're getting the hinge there. And now from there, avoid that drop so we can keep your arms extending and twisting through. At least there is a follow through there. That's the main thing, okay? Could it be better? Obviously, there's a bit more extension we could get, but for the most part, from where you were on this left-hand one to that is a big improvement. And as I said, changes from here up to here take a little more time because it's so fast anyway, yeah? It's instinct, yeah? You're doing anything, boom, 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 yeah? You haven't got time to think. So it's going to be doing practice swings where you kind of feel that movement, that scraping drill we did there, where you sort of like you're pushing the club in the ground. You didn't push it with your head coming down this way. You're just pushing it in the ground with your hands and your arms, getting that real feel of the club kind of In the shaft into the ground, scraping and scrapping down there. So you get that kind of push in the ground, yeah? Don't try to lift it up, okay? Get that sensation of how the body's going to work, and then set the golf ball and hit. Finish the swing, hold it, see where you're at. If the club is here around your head, not bad. If it's sort of in front of you here like this, then you've stopped and you've got a bit tucked up. Okay? Does that make sense?
Yep, thank you very
Excellent,
much.
good stuff.